Okay, hi guys. So this is the video lecture for Chapter 2, The Purposes and Functions of Art. I'm going to go through these slides with you. The slides are taken directly from your text. So this is important that you follow along and that you're watching these. Okay, so there are lots of reasons that people make art, and I'm just going to go through each one. The first one in your text says people make art for delight. So this painting here is done by James Abbott McNeill Whistler. It's called Nocturne, Blue and Gold, Old Battersea Bridge. And Whistler once said in a lecture that art is selfishly preoccupied with her own perfection only, having no desire to teach, seeking and finding the beautiful in all conditions and in all times. There's a lot of artists who might disagree with him now, but for his art, that's why he made it. Also, we want to include in this purpose decoration of useful objects. So in your text, there is an image of a bowl, and it has like a geometric sort of decoration in the clay. So the next purpose for art is art as commentary. So like this example by Goya is from a series called The Disasters of War. And obviously before there was widespread use of the camera, people would use art as a way to illustrate what's going on, to provide commentary on what is happening. So this image shows a stream of refugees. They're fleeing from their homes in advance of invading troops. Um, and you can see, hopefully you can see what the commentary is there. Okay, the next purpose would be art in worship and ritual. So this stained glass is called the Tree of Jesse, and it's hi, okay, please go. That was my son. Hi, sorry. Um, so this is in France, and it is basically the genealogy of Christ, starting with the Jewish patriarch Jesse at the bottom and then reaching up. So obviously, and if you don't know, you'll know soon that art has a big place in religion. The next purpose is art for commemoration. So we have as an aid to memory, so to remind us of something, this is the Taj Mahal in India, and it's one of the world's best known monuments. It's an example of personal commemoration. So it was built in the 17th century, and it was a tomb for the Shah's favorite wife who died during childbirth. This last one is art for persuasion. I think that's the last one. Oh, nope, there's another one after that. Art for persuasion. So think about this one on government buildings, public monuments, TV commercials. They're trying to convince you of something, they're trying to persuade you of something. So we're looking at this sculpture, Augustus of Prima Porta, and we actually don't know who the artist is who created this, but we do know that it's one of the most beautiful pieces of persuasive art. So they're in the way they're trying to persuade you in this sculpture is obviously he's dressed in his military uniform, but you can see that he doesn't have shoes on, and that kind of equates him almost with a god. You know, the Roman gods, they would be seen barefoot, and the face is calm. He looks strong, deliberate, but the statue implies that he may be even more than a man. So he has a little Cupid down here, and the Cupid is riding a dolphin. Um, there are rumors that Augustus was of divine parentage, so like born of the gods. And this is an example of how they're trying to persuade you that Augustus is much more than just an average guy. Okay, now we're at our last one, I think. This is art as self-expression. So obviously, for most of human history, this has not been the primary reason for creating art. Um, you're going to go back and see much more of the art for persuasion, like through government, buildings and statues, commemoration, and then art and worship and ritual a lot. This painting done by Kandinsky he was a leader in the Expressionist movement in Germany, and he hoped to create art only in response to what he called inner necessity or the emotional stirrings of the soul. So this isn't, he's not trying to convince someone, it's not persuasion, it's not for religion, it's not to commemorate something. He's just expressing himself through this art. Um, so those are the purposes and functions of art. And make sure that you do the reading on the lessons. Make sure that you read the text, chapter 2, in your textbook. And email me if you have questions. Thanks, guys.